Welcome to the fourth event of this year's PGA EuroPro Tour season in the beautiful Surrey countryside and one of its finest courses. We're here at Burhill, just on the outskirts of Walton-on-Thames. Welcome to the Kerry London Championship. Behind me is Burhill's magnificent Georgian clubhouse, which dates back almost 300 years to 1726. Now, the old course was built in 1907, the new one 2001, but most famously in 1940 Barnes Wallis created the bouncing bomb, which was used so successfully in the Second World War. The question today is, who will create their own little bit of history? Now here's what's coming up.
I'll tell you that all day long. She forgot to give me the trophy.
OK, Jack, we're here taking a look in your bag.
Pure relief just pouring out of me.
Firstly, let's remind you of who's taken the honours in the three previous events. We got underway around the Brabazon course at the Belfry, where William Harold took the honours by a single shot in what was a tight finish. That was his first victory on the EuroPro Tour. The man who came second that week proved to be the winner of our next event at the Montrose Golf Links. Jack Senior won at the first extra playoff hole from Elliot Saltman and James Fraser after a weather-affected tournament. And it was William Harold again at Longhurst Hall when an unfortunate rules violation by Bradley Dredge led ultimately to a playoff that Harold won.
I'm not sure Bradley's allowed to do this. There's a local rule here about this temporary green that relief must be taken, and that looked like he was playing from the G yard, and unfortunately that is a two-shot penalty.
So here's confirmation of how the order of merit currently stands. So that sets the scene nicely. All we need to know is a little bit more about the golf course. Here's our resident golf professional, Johnny Morgan, with a few useful insights.
The course this week is bordering on a line of 7,000 yards long. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, here in the Surrey wonderland, it is beautiful flowers, picturesque. It's got amazing rough, real thick and gooey. It's got fantastically well-mown fairways. The greens are superb. Bunkers are cut to perfection. I mean, there's water all over the golf course, internal, out of bounds. There is a few ways, a few woes for all the players to deal with, and it's fantastic. And I tell you what, it doesn't get any better than this, boys and girls. I mean, look at this. The picture S here at Burhill is phenomenal. The greens are here to match.
Just before we get to the golf, let's introduce you to who we'll be watching in our final round coverage. Group 24, Alex Wrigley from Hartlepool Golf Club on 4 under par, and he's paired with Jack Colgate, also on 4 under par. Group 25 sees Sam Connor from Alsager Golf and Country Club on 5 under par. He tees it up with Liam Robinson, also on 5 under par. Group 26 is Graham Clark from Doncaster Golf Club on 5 under par. He's teeing it up with Sam Forgan from Stowmarket Golf Club on 6 under par. Group 27, Stiggy Hodgson on 8 under par, and he's teeing it up with Jack Senior from Heysham Golf Club, also on 8 under par. So time to join our commentary team for what promises to be a spectacular final 18 holes of golf. Shortly we'll hear from Johnny Morgan, but first here's Simon Golding.
Well, some fantastic scoring at the top of the leaderboard this week. Jack Senior is looking for his second win of the season, and he shares the lead at 8 under with his 2011 Walker Cup teammate Stiggy Hodgson. Before we get to the action though, let's hear from the contenders.
I started off quite slow this week. Wasn't feeling too well, didn't expect that much, but I've played much better as the week's gone on, and I feel great about my game, so looking forward to play today. A chance to play in some great weather on a great golf course, so looking forward to it.
Looking forward to the final round today. There's a couple of Walker Cuppers up there, so we'll need to have a low one to get in amongst it. And course in great condition, just looking forward to getting out there.
Just looking forward to today really, and some great players up there, some ex-Walker Cup players. Looking forward to testing my game against those type of guys, and I think the course suits my eye quite nicely, so I'm looking forward to going out and giving it a go.
Played great these last 2 days, hit the ball lovely, putted nicely. Great day out here today. Really looking forward to the battle with Stiggy, who I played Walker Cup with in 2011.
Yeah, really looking forward to today. It's going to be fun with Jack. Know his game really well. Played Walker Cup together a couple of years ago, and can't wait to get out there.
Well, great to hear from the contenders ahead of this final round on the new course here at Burhill. Built back in 1999 and maturing nicely. Now, the story so far in this final round. Great start for Luke Cornford. Birdie putt to take him from 4 under to 5 under. Always nice to get the machine rolling early doors. And for Liam Robinson, a little bit disappointing. Doesn't want to be going backwards on the final day, but that's exactly what happened to him at the first, dropping a shot to go from 5 under back to 4 under. And a great golfer, this young man, Sam Connor. Good birdie at the first, already moving himself with a cracking putt from 5 under to 6 under. So that's what some of the contenders are doing, but a man that started the day at 1 under, Alex Belt, has actually managed to get in before the leaders have even gone out, a round of 6 under to take him to 7 under in the clubhouse, and that is a very, very handy score to be sitting on. No wonder he's smiling, and I'm delighted to say alongside me another man who's smiling, former European Tour player John E. Morgan. A lot of people have been asking what the E stands for, John.
Eduardo.
We like that. We like that. Now then, Stiggy Hodgson, 8 under, getting his round underway. He's a real bulldog of a competitor. Just stands at 5'4" tall, but he can give the ball a biff.
Yeah, he's got a great mentality, old Stiggy. Very determined young character.
And playing alongside his great pal from the Walker Cup days back in that successful side 2011 up in Aberdeen. Jack Senior looking for his second win of the season.
I mean, that first hole was a big dog leg, and obviously Jack has just overcooked it. Gone in the clegg on the left-hand side. There's Mr. Colgate. Nice to see this man playing some lovely golf.
Yes, he impressed us a lot last season, did Jack Colgate. Second shot there at the par 5 second, and this is where Jack Senior ended up, so a little bit of work to be done. He's got the power, though.
Yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth there, Simon. He definitely has. Now, with all the weather we've had, these greens are pretty soft, but they're very fast, so it's a bit tricky out there. The boys would be spinning the ball hell of a lot on the golf course.
Stiggy next up, and we were talking about names with John E. Morgan at the top of this final round. Well, Stiggy's real name is Eamon. Beautiful shot from him there, but he picked up his nickname, Stiggy, because he fell in a dustbin when he was 2.5 years old, found a golf club, and he's been Stig of the dump ever since.
Oh,
true story.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him about that one.
Now Colgate trades up the power for a bit of finesse, and you can see there how soft the greens are. They're going to get a lot of bite. That's helped them with the scoring over the last few days.
Yeah, that's but that was a great strike by Colgate there. Obviously able to generate that spin, especially short-sided as well. Here's Jack with a long putt. It doesn't look like he's given it enough.
Well, a bit of a shaky start from the proud Lancashire golfer. Long way to go in this final round, but playing alongside Stiggy Hodgson, he won't want to give him too much to start with. Now, birdie opportunity for Colgate.
Easy. Confidently done.
Now, we could see a bit of a swing here. Senior desperately needs to make this par.
Composing himself nicely. Unfortunately for him, just left-hand side, you know, overcompensated for that one.
Well, it's what we like to see at the start of a round, John, a little bit of movement on that scoreboard. And here's a massive chance for Stiggy Hodgson here for a two-shot swing.
Very confident Stiggy on the greens. Oh, and I tell you what, he thought he had that one. So close, but yet so far.
Yes, a quarter celebration there before it raced past. The first look at Sniffer Clark.
It is. I think he's got his little trusty rusty in his bag there. This is a club he's had in there for, cool, I think probably 10 years. He can't get it out of there. He just loves it.
Did you have a little safe club you like going back to?
I think everyone does. You know, they always find that club that seems it shouldn't suit you, but it does. And you just cannot take it out the bag.
I had a lovely metal Mizuno 2-wood a few years back. Got stolen, actually, from my garage, and I've never been the same since.
That's a shame. Well, I tell you what, that was I think probably a 2-wood to get to that green in two. There's Stiggy.
So second hole, taken over as the leader outright.
Oh, and I tell you what, oh, there it is. Nice little jump out just in the shadow. Obviously clattered into the trees and got a nice little ricochet towards the fairway. He'll be counting his lucky stars on that one.
Yes, I wonder if Stiggy actually saw that. That'll be a heart in the mouth moment back on the tee. And he's gone super safe here as senior, and he's gone too far, pushed it the other way.
My goodness, there's a football field in amongst that. Unbelievable. One extremely left and one extremely right.
Maybe they've fallen out. Yeah, Clarkey. I wonder if this man can do it again. He's won plenty of times on the EuroPro Tour over the years, had some time on the Challenge Tour as well. He'll be the experienced campaigner in this final day, in amongst some young bucks.
This man's got a nice, easy golf swing. I was watching on the driving range on the second day's play, and I tell you what, he was swinging it absolutely beautiful.
Now back to young Sam Forgan. 6 under, third shot at this par 5 second. A real scoring opportunity early doors. And he won't be happy with that.
No, that's not his best shot. I mean, the touch was there, accuracy, reading of the shot, not very good at all.
So after a decent tee shot, Colgate now needs to make this happen.
Keeps it so simple. Colgate really does. I like his game, and look at that. How much zip there is on that ball from very short range. Well controlled. That's hours and hours of practice, that, boys and girls at home. That's what you got to be doing.
Graham Clark, rarely short. And that's a terrific putt from him. So Sniffer's got the scorecard moving nicely. But yeah, I see what you're saying about Jack Colgate. He's been striking the ball beautifully.
He has. I've also seen him up in Montrose, and he was fantastic up there on the range. He's a very confident young player.
So far, so good then for Colgate. Moves his score to 6 under. Now Forgan. He's kind of limped his way up to the green, but he's still got a chance. Well done. Well done, young man.
Very confident putt.
Well, even at this early stage, it really is nip and tuck, and with so much golf still to play, this Kerry London Championship is still wide open. Now, senior, I can tell you he's taken a drop, but he's not left with much that he would want to celebrate.
You could see the red state there, and he powered that one out. And what's this going to do? Perfect layup. Good approach shot in required.
Well, he's got his thinking head on, so no panic there from Jack. Now, Sam Connor. We heard from the contenders at the top, and there's 3 or 4 golfers, young golfers in there, and you know, they really are special. They could go on to do something very big in this game.
Oh, without question. I mean, there's so much talent around nowadays, and especially these guys that are at the top of this leaderboard. They've been there and thereabouts every week. I tell you what, they're going to shoot. Someone's going to shoot a super low round. Maybe just to nick this by a shot or two. Stiggy playing safe, laying up as well. Very wise, obviously coming out of the rough, not going to be able to get the green.
A little bit of match play about that last shot there from Stiggy. Now Connor, always nice to see that different angle into the flag, the golfer's eye view. And this is a big target when you get there, but it doesn't look so from the fairway.
Stiggy, wedge in hand. This is where you need to be mustard. He's staring that one down.
Oh, well, he's got that one on a string.
He'd be a bit gutted with that one. From there, you get up there, and I think he probably thought that might be about 5 or 6 feet, but unfortunately, he's got 10, 15 feet left.
And then Sam Connor. Oh, just didn't move for him. But you can see the confidence in the putt by the distance it's gone by.
Well, the thing is, he held a gobbler on the previous holes. You know, it's just, unfortunately, you can't do that all the time.
Now back to Jack. Flag's already been planted by Stiggy, so to speak. And remember, Jack chasing this hole now, having had the drop. Beautifully done, and I think he's going to get away with not too much damage here.
Well, nice few claps there. Obviously, the backspin towards the hole is always a crowd pleaser.
We love a bit of backspin, don't we?
Can't beat it, buddy. Can't beat it, so.
So Sam Connor just rolls that in, easy as you like, to keep his scorecard ticking over nicely. Chance to move to 9 under, and just feel that Stiggy's going to have to take a few of these.
And I think he will.
Oh, second time he's seen it glide past.
Oh, he's just shaved it again. And Clarkey, once the ball starts dropping for this man, it seems like it's poetry in motion, and it's a knock-on effect. It just keeps going his way. Very, very steady player.
Well, I can tell you Graham tapped him for par, which is exactly what this man needs to do. Well done. Very, very good save there from Jack Senior.
He needed that. I mean, after the first hole, bogey on the first. You don't want to be keeping that thing going, that run going.
We've had some fantastic scoring over the first 2 days. As, Sam Forgan gives that one the charge. That's a tough putt back for par.
Oh, he absolutely ripped it. Come on. Save your bacon here and whack this baby in. Come on.
Yeah, nicely done. Right, let's hear from Sam.
Sam, you're very well placed this week. It's been a solid start to the season, improving each week. How do you feel it's going so far?
Obviously, yeah, this week's been nice. I think always nice to get off to a good round to begin with. I think that's sort of been my Achilles heel, really, sort of since I turned pro, sort of giving myself a little bit too much to do from the get-go. So I think having a nice round to begin with sort of set me up for the week. So.
And you made a very good start on the EuroPro Tour last season after turning pro in June. How did you find the transition?
To be honest, I really liked it. I think you're finding sort of amateur events, if you're not sort of up there or winning, it's quite hard to sort of get yourself motivated to play. Whereas I suppose if you're playing for a bit of cash, sort of every shot sort of counts, and it sort of gets your mind into it a little bit, I think. But I really enjoyed the transition, to be honest.
Has that bit of cash you're playing for changed your mindset on the golf course at all?
Maybe a little more defensive, if I'm honest. I'm a fairly aggressive player by nature, but I think maybe slightly err a little bit more cautiously in the last sort of 6 months or so.
And you spent some time at college in America before turning pro. How was that for your development as a golfer?
It was great. It was a great 4 years, and I improved so much in my 4 years there, to be honest, sort of looking from start to finish. And it really sets you up quite well, especially for a course sort of designed like this with softer greens, much more sort of target golf. Whereas sort of the linksy style of play is more sort of learned from my time here, I think. But yeah, it definitely helped me out a lot.
And did you have the EuroPro Tour in mind when you made the decision to come back home from America?
I think so, yeah, especially because the way it sort of worked out, we sort of came back in the summer, so I knew I was going to miss qualifying school from the previous September for European Tour, that is, and I sort of had EuroPro in mind just to set me up for a few weeks and get some tournaments under my belt playing professionally. So I think EuroPro was definitely sort of part of my goal fairly early on.
Well, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Stiggy Hodgson has the lead, but with the way scoring has gone over the last couple of days, you feel that it's going to go way beyond that. But at the moment, Alex Spelt in the clubhouse, sitting pretty. More action from the Kerry London Championship after the break. Welcome back to the Kerry London Championship here at the fabulous Burhill new course. Before we get back to the action, let's hear from John Morgan. He's at the third.
Well, we're here at the third, par 4. Little teaser, I mean, what do? Do you get the big dog out or do you hit an iron off the tee? Well, I'm feeling brave. I think driver. It's 313 yards if I cut the corner to the front edge of that green. Now, I could pitch it probably 5 or 10 yards short. It might take a jump for me and get on there. I think it's worth a pop. There's a few heavy things in front of me though. You got big rough on the left, big rough on the right, bit of out of bounds as well, big tree in play, but I can take it over that. Go on, Abby. But then, saying that, if you don't want to do that, hit the iron, play it safe. Still an easy birdie shot.
So do what I say, not what I do. Is that what it is?
It's definitely that way inclined. I mean, I leave it up to this man. This man is in a rich vein of form. And it is one of those holes, you know, you can easily play it safe and make it very simple for yourself. We can get the big dog out and just give it a rip up that left-hand side. And I tell you what, it does make this hole a lot easier as well. I mean, this rough can be a bit gooey. Let's see what he's dug that one out nicely there, Stiggy. Slow down a little bit. Not going to generate any spin out the rough. That's the glory of being able to lay up to a good yardage on the fairway. You're definitely able to get that control with the short iron in your hand.
Yeah, that was a really good demonstration, wasn't it, of the lack of spin on the ball.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with these new grooves now. I mean, it comes out of rough very bold and aggressive, not like the old ones. And that has found the bunker.
Yeah, trouble for Sam Connor, possibly, although these guys' short games these days are sublime. Now, Stiggy in a bit of a head-to-head. This is a very good pairing, this one. Stiggy Hodgson alongside Jack Senior. Senior chasing his second win of the season after that result up at the Belfry.
Yeah, quite an uphill putt there. It's a bit of a... It runs away at the back, and obviously Stiggy just ripped it through. Oh, and that was a fantastic bunker shot.
What did I tell you about the boys from the sand? It's frightening. Now, long birdie opportunity here.
I know this is long, but you would fancy his chances over this one, Jack. Slightly uphill and pretty straight, not a lot of borrow in it. And I tell you what, that was extremely close.
That was a great putt. Now Connor for a save to stay at 6 under.
Oh, great up and down. Great up and down. Under the lip, splashes it out to a couple of feet. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what earns you your money. Short game like that. Now Stiggy holds his nerve to stay at 8 under. He's been handed the lead after an error by Jack Senior at the first, but he's not managed to push on from there. And as I said, I think he's got to start making some birdies just to keep that pressure on. Now, what can this man do? Graham Clark at the 4th moved his score to 6 under.
Nice hole, this one. Difficult green. Make sure you're on the right level. I mean, that pin's tucked on the left. He's going to come up a nice little soft rise now, but obviously left himself an extremely long putt. Can this man take advantage of this lovely pin position?
Yeah, Sam Forgan alongside Clark, but that abrupt stop of the camera shot tells you he's gone into the bunker.
And here's Jack Colgate. Here we go. I like this swing. Very simple. Swings round his body. Lovely. Doesn't create too much movement in his body. And I tell you what, he lets his hands and the club do all the work for him. I really enjoy that swing. And Jack's over with Kit Alexander.
Okay, Jack, we're here taking a look in your bag. I noticed you've got some beautiful Ping Eye 20 irons in there. Have you been fitted for those?
Yeah, I got fitted for them a couple of years ago. It's very important, I think, these days to have your club fitted for you so that you know they're going to perform the best for you. I go and have them checked every 6 months or so just to make sure they haven't tweaked and the lies on the lofts are still the same.
I mentioned, notice a 3-iron in there as well. A lot of guys carrying hybrids these days. Can you tell us a little bit about this and why you've got it in the bag?
Yes, it's bent to a 2-iron actually, and I like it because it goes a little bit stronger than my other clubs do, and obviously it goes around about the same distance as my 5-wood, but I can do lots of different things with my 5-wood. Normally carry 4 wedges, but I've taken one out of the bag this week because I found that'll come in handy a lot on the par 5s, so I can't get there in 2 on them this week because it's really soft.
And we've got the canes in there as well. A lot of pros we're seeing with those these days.
I think they're really important. They're really good for your alignment on the range, and I use them every now and then for swing path. And yeah, so I think they're really important.
Superb. Thank you very much for taking us through your bag, Jack, and good luck the rest of this week.
Thank you. Cheers.
What a nice lad.
Yeah, very, very good interview that from Kit. Now, Forgan from the sand, already seen Sam Connor extract himself from a virtually identical position.
He's right up at the face, having to hit this one high. Oh, what a bunker shot. I think that just caught the right edge of the lip and kind of span it out with a bit of speed. I think he's a little bit unfortunate there.
Now Connor for birdie. So fascinating to hear what's in the bag. I think that was the biggest eye-opener for me when I first got into golf. I didn't realise the amount of tinkering that goes on with the clubs.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. It's crazy. So many good things you can do with your golf clubs nowadays. Oh, this is a big putt. Has it got the legs? Oh.
Unlucky sniffer. Wry smile from the veteran. I think we can call him that these days. Did you like a tinker?
It was weird, really. I mean, I remember going to USQ school, and I never tweaked my clubs at all. Anyway, first of all, let's see this one go in. Oh, no. That jumped straight away, though, and he knows it. I jumped straight away on him. Took it away from the hole as soon as he hit it. I mean, going back to that, I went to USQ school, and I'd never had my clubs tweaked. And then George, my coach, you know, said, come on, let's get them all done. And my 8-iron was a loft of a 9-iron, so we had to get that bent back, and oh, it was crazy. But that was a lovely swing. Stiggy eyeing this one. I tell you what, he was eyeing it. I think he was worried if that was going to miss the green, but that's a long way from the hole.
Yes, and you're quite right. You can see from that shot behind the green, the contour here at 4.
Well, Jack won't be holding back, but this is left going left. Slow down, ball.
Oh,
and I tell you what, that's heavy there. And I tell you, he's got some overhanging branches. They're going to come into play if he needs to hit it high and land it soft on the green. You know, that's going to be very difficult. And Mr. Forgan is in the bunker on the previous hole. Now he's in a bunker again. He's gone straight underneath it, unfortunately. But I tell you what, he's got a little bit lucky there. Just jumped out of it and kept releasing on him.
Well, the course bit him on the last hole, but it's just given him something there. Let's take a look at this bunker shot.
I do like watching this. And keep the club as long as you can through the ball. Look at that big splash. I mean, probably just a bit too much. Hit down behind it a bit too far. Stroke why it pits so short of the green. But this is going to be tough.
Seve time for senior.
Oh, I tell you what, he's played an absolute beauty. I love that. He's had to, you know, admit defeat and pitch it in the first cut, second cut, and just hope for the best. I mean, I like that style of play.
Another birdie chance for Graham Clark. Just get the feeling that at some point these are going to start dropping. Well, there you go. There's a miracle. You don't see that often. Graham Clark short. Normally gives it the bum's rush. Now Hodgson, it's all going on around him with Jack Senior. They haven't exactly supported each other today. They've been all over the shop.
Well, I tell you, that's a very poor putt from Stiggy. He'd be kicking himself after that one. Only a small little soft rise there towards that hole. And he's come over extremely short. Now this would be a get out of jail free card if this one goes in. Oh.
Giving too much back to the course at the moment, I'm afraid, Forgan. You can tell you his playing partner, Graham Clark managing to tap in just as we left the green there. Now, Senior. These putts starting to mean a lot. Well, that's the shape the pros like on the putt, and he'll be disappointed with that.
Well, he didn't see that borrow. He sat back on that one and had a little look at that, thinking, my goodness, how did that go extremely right to left? But with this game, as we know, patience is a virtue. You've got to take the rough with the smooth if you want to come out on top.
All been rough, I'm afraid, on the front nine for Senior. And dropping back at the moment in this race for the Kerry London Championship. Now, Sam Connor, a couple of nice saves, one fantastic putt at the start of his round.
He's absolutely gunned that one. Position A. Now, come on, Stiggy. This one for your par.
And importantly, this to hang on to the lead. No, up and out of it straight away.
Still a little bit of work to be done.
The locals explaining the lie of the land. Well, that's disappointing for Stiggy Hodgson and our lead group, really not driving each other on. And my goodness me, Alex Belt's 700 in the clubhouse is looking very nice.
Well, unbelievable. He starts off virtually first thing in the morning, has just gone out and absolutely ripped it. I mean, hell of a round from Mr. Belt.
Yeah, finished second at Burhill back in 2012, did Alex Belt, and tied fourth in 2010. So it's been a happy hunting ground for him over the years. And that is a sweet shot. So Connor starting to look very solid at 6 under. Hodgson's dropped back to 7 under, having led at 8 under.
But now he's on a par 5. He can make amends with a nice juicy break. Oh, and I tell you what, he's got lucky. That's just popped its way out of the bunker and given him a half-decent shot. But this is an extremely long hole. Especially with it's playing very long because the conditions are damp. There's no run on the ball. So, I mean, these guys are playing all of its yardages out there.
And the birdie chance presents itself to O'Connor. That was a very tentative putt, just trickled it down the slope to the hole. But he's made it. He moves to 7 under. Well done to him. Now, switching from one pro sport to another is never easy. Kit Alexander is with the latest pro footballer to attempt it. QPR's Gary O'Neill.
I'm here chatting to professional footballer Gary O'Neill. Gary, you're playing in professional golf events. Can you tell us how that's come about, please?
Just the boys in there are kind enough to give me an invite in the summer, in between football seasons, so I come out and manage to do a couple.
And how do you find it in these tournaments against guys you've been playing since they were young kids, really?
I find it hard. I mean, they're fantastic. I don't want there to be sort of any ill feeling. I know what these lads are like, and they think, oh, who does he think he is turning up trying to play with us? But it's not like that. I'm just using it as experience. Richie Wallace, who I played with for the 2 days, he's fantastic. He doesn't miss many shots at all. So it just shows me where you need to be to get to this level.
And you just enjoyed a fantastic season with QPR, securing promotion to the Premiership.
Yep.
How do you manage to balance playing football and playing a bit of golf as well?
Yeah, I don't play much golf. I try and get one in a week, maybe once every 2 weeks if the season's really busy. And then try and get a practice session in here and there. Just try and keep it as simple as possible. I can't do any work on anything really, so I just try and play with natural ability and get it round the best I can.
And in the playoff final, you unfortunately got sent off after an hour. What were your emotions as you were walking off the pitch there?
Just hoping that it wasn't going to be the defining factor. Obviously with so much riding on it for the club, the fans and everybody involved. And at the end, just pure relief, just pouring out of me. Delighted that Bobby managed to get the last minute winner, because I don't think the lads could have gone another half hour.
And on Twitter earlier this week, you said you were more nervous to play in this tournament than you were before the Championship playoff final at Wembley.
Football's a lot easier, believe it or not, because you've got 10 others to help you if you're not doing that well. And if you're playing badly, you can just run around and work hard. Whereas at golf, you can ask anyone, if you're playing badly, there's not really anywhere to hide. There's not much. The harder you try, the worse it gets.
Fantastic. Well, great effort this week, and we hope to see you at many more tournaments.
Thanks a lot.
There you go, John, just what you wanted to hear. Football is a lot easier than golf, so I've seen your five-a-side. It's time to make the switch, I think.
Yeah, I think so. No, I'm a ruggers man, mate. I'm got to be honest, like the rough and tumble of it all. I tell you what, from such a small yardage, Stiggy is not happy with that one.
Yeah, that hasn't happened on his game today, really. And it's a little bit of a chance handed here for Jack Senior. Try and get himself back in the mix.
Bit of zip. There it
yes.
is. Back to pin eye. Very nicely done.
Now then, Jack Senior, 25 years of age now, turned pro back in 2011 after his Walker Cup appearance. Loves his football. So he'll have enjoyed seeing Gary O'Neill here at Burhill. Now Hodgson for birdie, but it could have been a much easier opportunity than this. How many times, John, has he gone past the hole like that today?
Well, I tell you what, if he keeps giving it a chance like he's doing, I mean, he's sending it 2-3 feet past the hole majority of times, blemishing the hole. 9 times out of 10, they do go in. I tell you what, if he's patient enough, they will drop.
I just think he looks a little frustrated, our co-leader. Well, he really should have been joined, shouldn't he, by Jack Senior moving back to 7 under. Didn't happen, though.
Yeah, chance gone a begging there for Jack.
Well, not the only one frustrated, Stiggy Hodgson. Jack Senior as well just cannot get this round moving. Alex Belt, well, he's got a long sit down in the clubhouse to watch everybody come in, but 7 under still remains the score to beat. Connor, Hodgson, all on the same score. More to come after the break. Welcome back. Just before we return to the golf, here's a little history lesson for you. This beautiful clubhouse and surrounding buildings served as the headquarters during World War II for Sir Barnes Wallis and his team to develop what was affectionately known as the bouncing bomb. In June of 1940, the Ministry of Aircraft Production requisitioned the entire clubhouse, and a workforce of more than 300 people moved into the premises, where they were responsible for designing several aircraft and many weapons used in the war. Amongst those designs, the now legendary bouncing bomb, the brainwave of Sir Barnes Wallis. And rather appropriately, we move from one genius of backspin to another, John Morgan at the 6th.
Well, here we are at the par 4 6th hole, 450 odd yards long, I think it is. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, you've got thick rough right, thick rough left, bunker left and right, perfectly in your landing zone. I mean, the boys will want to get out driver, take it on this left on edge and try and flirt with this bunker and get the ball round about here. Obviously, if they bail out, they bring the far bunker on the right hand side into play. I'm left in a region of probably about 170 yards left in. Like I say, it's a brutal hole. I mean, it's pretty soft as well, so the ball is not running. Great par 4. Love to make a birdie.
Now then, John, two leaders at the start of the day, Stiggy Hodgson and Jack Senior, moving towards a very tricky part of the course.
It is. You got 6 and 7 of playing the hardest holes this week so far. And I tell you what, this hole is all about the drive, like I said, trying to dodge those bunkers. And I tell you what, he's done a good job there. And obviously, Jack is out with the iron. He's playing short of this bunker that's on the right-hand side, I'm assuming. But that looks like that's got a lot of bend. I better slow down. There's a bunker over there.
Yeah, that's the temptation, isn't it? Iron off the tee just to chase it on a bit.
He's left himself a long way away to reach that green in 2.
Sam Connor sitting pretty on 7 under. He's gone about his business today in a very quiet, business-like fashion, and that's a beauty.
Yeah, these lads are chucking darts out there. These greens are very soft.
Well, second shot in, what's he left with?
Cool. Virtually every bit of iron he's got in his bag. Drawing in nice.
Ooh.
I tell you what, that's a very good shot from a long way out.
Now, this has been Stiggy's problem shot today. Hasn't quite delivered with these mid-range shots.
That was a very confident swing.
That is much more like it, John.
Yeah, that was fantastic. You could tell that. Great authority through the swing. Outcome a fantastic goal shot.
Yeah, that's the Stiggy we know. Now, Sam Connor to move into the lead.
The old two-thumb technique putting stroke. Works for some, doesn't work for all. Many ways to skin a cat.
Senior, having dropped those shots during the start of his round, looking to claw something back. He seems to have steadied things up, and that's another terrific effort from him.
Yeah, I tell you what, he'll be chuffed to bits with a par on that hole, especially after the tee shot, playing safe.
Now, we've been talking Graham Clark up, playing alongside Sam Forgan.
Oh, that's hung out to the right.
Working.
He's got a nice lie, bang in the middle of the bunker, nice bit of green to work with. Shouldn't have any problems out of that one. Kind of fancy him out of that, actually. I think he could hold that baby.
Stiggy to move back to the lead. Oh, it disappears at last.
Well, I tell you what, that's 2 on the field. Hardest hole on the golf course, making birdie on it is a massive jump. Great, great birdie, Stiggy.
Well, that's typical though, isn't it? They've missed scoring chances earlier in the round and they go and take one from that.
And Graham, a bit strong.
Ooh, little collision, I think, with the pole slowed it down.
Yeah, just a little bit too aggressive here. Bit too close to the ball, probably. That's why it came out a little bit too flyy. Flew all the way towards the pin. All he had to do was just pitch it on the edge of that green and let it run out. Save his par. Oh, another one goes.
Yes, interesting stuff out there at the moment. We talked about pairings at the start of this final round and how important they were on the last day. As we watch Luke Cornford, whose round has just disintegrated a bit through the mid-phase for birdie. Didn't really kick on, but John, that is sweet.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely mends a few bridges. What's gone on before, and I mean, that it does you the world of good. You go to the next hole thinking you can do anything in the world. Such a great confidence booster when something like that happens.
Hodgson back in the lead as we move to 8. Wait and see this ball land, and then find out from John Morgan who your favourite pairing was. Who did you enjoy playing alongside?
Oh my goodness. Can't really, I mean, there's been many. I mean, I played a lot with VJ. And that was the year he got to #1 in the world. But I tell you what, he didn't hit shots like that.
Oh dear.
Jackie boy, that is left, my friend. And I tell you what, where's that pin? The pin is there. He's got a lot of green to work with. I fancy his chances out of there. I mean, these boys are good out of the bunkers. Don't get too disheartened, Jack.
Connor's second shot in then. Sam Connor at 10.
Oh, bit of balance went there. He was on his toes. That means it's probably gone left. Yeah, pulled it left. Long and left. I tell you what, it doesn't look like too much damage is done there.
Now we've seen some glorious bunker play today. Let's see if Jack Senior can join the club.
I didn't plug on him. It looks like he's got a lovely lie. He's just splashed it out onto the edge and letting it run out. I mean, great pace, just slightly too far right. But I like this. These guys, you can be very aggressive into bunkers. People don't realise you can be more aggressive than what you think. I mean, that baby is going to pop out. It's like you want to try and hit it low and the ball goes high. It's a total opposite, different game. Just believe in it and I guarantee you it will come true.
But if you thin it, it's your fault. You can't blame John. Well, this is a bit of an iffy hole here for Sam Connor. That's the last thing he wants, having moved himself to such a great position to go off the boil.
Yeah, they're Stiggy now. Just wants to steady the boat, cozy this one up by the hole, and if it drops, it drops. That's nice. Very nice indeed. Puts the pressure straight back on Jack. He's obviously left himself with a 6-7 footer here.
So the man from Chester with a shake of the head. But as John said, that's a tough hole. He'll take his part. And It's exactly what Sam Connor needs right here. Now, for me, that putting stroke looks so tentative.
Yeah, it's just, it wants to just drop it in. I mean, not very, like you say, hitting the back of the hole. I mean, the greens might be a bit quick for him.
Be interesting to see what that putting stroke's like on a longer putt. And another one that Jack Senior just hasn't read. And I'm afraid the frustration for Jack Senior starting to show now as he drops yet another shot. Right, before the round today, he was in a bit of a better mood than that. He caught up with Kit Alexander.
I'm chatting with Jack Senior, who's enjoyed a fantastic start on the EuroPro Tour this season. Jack, what do you attribute that really fast start to?
I mean, obviously I had a really poor year last year. Obviously looked at what I needed to work on to make this year successful. Looked at obviously the work what I've done with my coach has been massive really. We've gone back to basics, started working with a new psychologist as well. He's given me some real good clarity and given me some real good focus points when I'm out there on the golf course.
And you mentioned it was a tough year last year on the Challenge Tour. What did you learn from those experiences?
I learnt a lot, yeah. Do you know what I mean? I mean, every negative experience is, you've got to spin around into a positive experience. How are you going to come back from it and how are you going to make sure you're not in that position again?
And you're obviously competing very well on the EuroPro Tour, having experience of the Challenge Tour. What's the difference and how much of a step up do you need to make to get there?
I mean, obviously, it's 3 rounds, that's the difference. Do you know what I mean? It's 4 rounds out there on the Challenge Tour. I feel the strength and depth on the Challenge Tour for the top 60 of the players is really good. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you've got a lot of guys who have fallen off the European Tour and who are really hungry and ready to get back on that European Tour.
And you played in the 2011 Walker Cup at Royal Aberdeen. That must have been a tremendous experience for you.
Yeah, it was a tremendous experience. You know what I mean? There was a lot of good players in that team. Obviously partnered Andy Sullivan, who was a great friend. Do you know what I mean? So that was great to share the experience with him, and to win it was even more special. We got great camaraderie off the course and camaraderie on the course. I think that's great when you've got someone there who you know inside out. Basically, you know their game inside out, and obviously Sully knows my game inside out as well. And I think that really does help.
Mm-hmm. And now you're winning tournaments yourself. What are the targets for the rest of the year?
Obviously to keep playing good golf. Do you know what I mean? That's the target of anyone. But all you can do is that's what I've got to do. I've got to look forward and just go out there and hit every golf shot and commit to every golf shot. That's all I'm working on at the moment. And hopefully the good golf starts to come.
And after a glittering amateur career, a good start to your professional career now, just how far can you go in the game?
I mean, obviously the goal is to get on that European Tour as soon as possible. That's where everyone wants to be, and hopefully it'll come sooner rather than later.
Yes, you just get the feeling that that's exactly what's going to happen for that young man, but Jack Senior won't be happy with what he sees on that scoreboard. Sam Connor, the outright leader at the moment on 8 under. Our final group moving through another hole, Stiggy Hodgson and Jack Senior. But I think still all to play for, John.
Yeah, Jack needs something to happen for him now. I mean, when you're 3 over par through not many holes, you do question yourself. And I tell you what a response. That needs to slow down a bit. Oh, stop, there's a ridge there.
There's barely a breath of wind today, conditions wonderful. Alex Belt has already proved that you can go low with his 6 under. I honestly thought we were going to see people breezing past that clubhouse score, but he's still in the mix.
I think there's a little breeze up there, probably a little bit more than what there was just up in the high above the trees. It might be causing havoc for these young lads.
But down at ground level, John, just seems idyllic, doesn't it?
Oh, it's poetry, it really is. I mean, this man has been chucking darts at the moment.
Yeah, he's just started to play, isn't he? At the turn, he's just coming into there, he's just playing well.
He is. I'm surprised he hasn't inspired Jack to start playing a bit better as well. Jack Senior.
Well, there's time. Sam Connor, a little bit shaky at the turn, and I'm afraid things not getting much better for the leader. He's going to have to fight hard there to hang on to 8 under.
Now this has seriously put some pressure on. This is what you need.
Well, still got the pace, just cannot find the lines here at Burhill at the moment, Stiggy Hodgson.
Oh, come on, baby. Let's see an eagle. Put this one in for us. Go, go.
Oh.
Well, 2 great shots to get to there. And then that was a fantastic putt as well. Give it a good chance.
So tapping birdie for the Couden Beach man. Actually went to the same sixth form college as me. Bexhill sixth form. Did Luke Cornford.
Showing your age now, mate. What are you, 55, 60, 78? What are you?
No comment. Yeah, senior. I mean, that just isn't a Jack Senior putt, is it?
No, that's not him. That really isn't. I mean, he needs to go for a little walk after he taps that baby and have a little word with himself, shake him all about, and come out all guns are blazing for the back nine.
Now, Connor from Alsager Golf Club, lovely part of the world up there in Cheshire. He's a big Bill Hicks fan, those of you that remember the American comedian, sadly no longer with us. Likes to put the odd quote up on Twitter. Always makes me chuckle.
Now this might be where he turns the tide. A nice par 5. Give it a good old belt. You know, rip it. You know, don't hold back. Release some anger. Gun it straight down the middle of the fairway. Just like that. And I tell you what, that might be just what the doctor ordered for this man.
Yeah, that's a good call. Just bin the finesse for a while and get ripping.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, is Hodgson tempted to try and follow him?
Is it a saying, throw cautious to the wind?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Throw caution to the wind, forget about it. And like you say, just open the shoulders up, try and get rid of the cobwebs.
Exactly.
Connor. Big mate of Daniel Gavin's, who we saw in action on the tour last year, moved on to greater things now. And Sam Connor, 22 years of age, turned pro the same year as Jack Senior. And there you go, not a bad set of role models there. What's your name? Cheeky monkey, eh?
Well, Mr. Payne, this man has got a bright future. Only 20 years old. I tell you what, he's one hungry character.
Yes, England international, still a young man, and as John says, expect great things for him. Who's the last redhead who kicked on to great things from the EuroPro Tour?
I don't know her name, sorry.
No, in all seriousness, we've obviously got Graham Clark playing today, but strike a blow for the redheads. Andrew Willey, bit of a strawberry blonde, wasn't he, I suppose, but he went on to,
yeah, good old
play at a
Andrew
high
Willey.
level.
Yeah, what a player.
Luke Goddard, of course.
Oh, and look at this. Really attacking it there. And that is going left again.
Well, that's been his problem today. That's been the general direction, apart from at the second when he pushed his tee shot.
Yeah, the hands are flipping that little bit too much. Just need to coin it down a little bit, Jack.
Now, Sam Connor still managed to manufacture himself a birdie opportunity. Oh dear, they have to drop. I'm afraid, Sam, they have to drop. But let's be honest, Sam Connor will know that, and he'll probably just say, well, Mr. Golding, look at the leaderboard. Who's at the top? Which is a fair point.
Very fair point. Now, Hodgson, can he get it close, this baby? Try and control that spin. Not easy with a wedge in your hand. And that was very, very good indeed.
Yeah, spin is an issue today. We all love to see backspin, but it can be a genuine problem for the pros because they strike the ball so cleanly.
Well, that's true. I mean, well, we're looking at Graham now. This is a fantastic par 3. I mean, he's an absolute monster. And I tell you what, that was all over the stick.
Yeah, he just needed a bit of check there. Now, Senior from the second cut.
Oh, it's a bit racy. Slow down ball.
Oh, that's the way to slow it down.
I tell you what, turn the tide.
Well, he's played this hole with real force. He's just played it strong. Everything about it was strong.
Well, exactly. I tell you what, he's taking a leaf out of many people's book. When the chips are down, just get the big dog out and give it a good old rip. Wipe the cobwebs away and get back to basics. Well, nice chip there by Graham. Hodgson don't want to lose too much ground. Wants to keep his advantage alive. Hole it. Oh, just shaved the hole again. I don't believe it, he says.
Very good. But how cruel is this game? He's just seen Senior rattle one in from miles off the green.
That's what makes us come back for more every time, because you just never know. Twists and turns in this game is fantastic. I mean, that was a great putt again by Forgan.
Yeah, that might just get his round moving again. Takes him back to 5 under. Graham Clark already on 5 under, this to stay there. Oh no. Well, never a good sign when the pros follow the putt almost immediately. And he's got virtually the same distance back again. Finally knocks it in, but he's dropped a shot. Frustration there for the man from Doncaster. And let's take a look at the leaderboard. Sam Connor still leads on 8 under. I tell you what, if this continues like this, Alex Belt's going to have to start to get warming up. Might be a playoff, you never know. Belt, Hodgson and Senior on 7 under. More action from the Kerry London Championship coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Kerry London Championship at Burhill in Surrey. Before we get back to the action, John Morgan fancied a dabble at a great hole, the 12th. Take it away, John.
Well, here we are at the 12th, par 3, fantastic. Can't resist it. It's all about the green though. Lots of trouble involved as well as. Let's have a go. Now, greens are playing soft. 200 yards, maybe 205. Got a 5-iron. I'm going to have to rip it. And I have ripped it. I have ripped it. Keep coming, baby. I think he's just on the dance floor. I take that all day long. Well, here at the green is a different case scenario. You've hit your shot. If you're able to hit this green, you've got to deal with, obviously, very damp conditions. This green in total as well is very subtle. I mean, you might think it's left to right, but it might hold its line and stay straight. If you miss this green, you've got a 5-iron on a 4-iron in your hand. You've got a bunker there, and then look at all that mess around the green. It is so thick and gooey in there. If you go in there, obviously, lost ball, Bob's your uncle, move on. Now, anyway, come final day, ball, that's where the flag's going to be. That's my guess. But I'm going to try, this is where I've hit my shot. I'm going to try and putt this. Now, I think it's a bit of left to right in it. Might not be too much, but I'm thinking about 6 inches, 7 inches. Slightly up the rise. Come on, baby, turn for me, knock him off his perch, knock him off his perch. Oh, dead weight, thank you very much.
Morgan, you never cease to amaze me. You play some great golf in those features.
It's all luck. Don't believe it. Just complete and utter luck. I close my eyes half the time.
The David Copperfield of the golf course. Now then, let's see if Jack Senior can make that putt disappear. Already sunk a long one. He'll be feeling pretty confident coming into 12.
And that was a very sensible shot by Jack, playing out right. And that's a very confident swing. He's probably taking it straight at it. Oh, just left and in that bunker. Not a bad place to be though for Stiggy. Be able to do a lot of damage out of that bunker. It's not too deep.
Now, this young man, Sam Connor, quite a deep thinker actually. He works a lot with sports psychologists.
Oh,
and well, not much to think about there. That's a beauty.
That was stunning. World-class shot there. Stiggy, just pop this baby up. He played that lovely. Nice little juicy tap in for a birdie, hopefully.
Well, they keep dropping, apart from the one that we saw him miss that would have taken him to an even more convincing lead. Sam Connor doing very well, 9 under, and a 2-shot margin on the rest of the field. He'll take that.
He sure will. And he's in unfamiliar territory as well. Leading a pro event, you know, especially of this stature. I mean, can Jack hold? Oh, I thought he held another one. That was a good roll there. bit of work to be done. Now Clarkey at the monstrous par 5 13th.
That's a nice strike, sounded good.
He clears himself out the way so well. He really does. The lower half of his body really gets out the way, and then the hands come through very late on for a very good strike. Very consistent strike as well.
Well, that was a good putt. That was a good save from Stiggy Hodgson. That'll give him a bit of confidence heading to 13. Can his playing partner, Jack Senior, do the same? We got really excited about this pairing ahead of the final round, but they just haven't quite caught light at the moment, these two.
Well, they're used to big crowds as well, playing the Walker Cup as they did. You know, the crowds are massive. I mean, they love all that. You know, they're really wanting to play up to the moment here. Final group of Burhill.
Yes, part of that GB and Ireland win at Aberdeen, 14-12 over the USA. And another frustrating putt for Clarkey.
Defies gravity again. Not to worry, Graham. Keep smiling, buddy.
Oh, he will. He will. Now back at the tee on 13. Senior versus Hodgson. That's what we thought would be the big showdown today. Hasn't quite happened at the moment. Senior launching another tee shot. He's looked a lot more confident with the big clubs in his hand. Hodgson, 7 under, still ticking along nicely. One of those tee shots, really needs to find the fairway with this to give himself a chance. Yeah, it's okay. Right then, let's see how John Morgan would play this hole.
Well, here we are at the humongous 13th. 595 yards. Can you believe it? I mean, landing zone right about here for the lads. They got jungled left and right. If the ball goes in it, it's a wedge out further down the fairway. As we look towards the green, we got, obviously, the lads are going to have to deal with probably 300 yards still to go. You know, 3-wood in hand or maybe driver off the deck to try and squeeze it on there. But I tell you what, they'll be happy with a 5 on this hole. This is a great par 5.
So Hodgson, not pole position, but with the distance that he and his playing partner Senior hit the ball, you'd fancy them to take something away from this hole.
Maybe ripping this up. There's a bunker about 60 yards short of the green. Just make sure you're the right side of it. Now Jack, with an iron in his hand, surely he can't get there in 2. Can't be that long. This is going to be position A, I hope.
Got a little bit greedy there.
Still left himself out with about 80 yards to go. Connor with the big dog.
What a great position to be in. This is where your sports psychology can be valuable. You often hear us talk about things like mental toughness. It doesn't mean that you're hard and you're behaving in a tough way. It means that you're able to cope with situations. So this is a great learning curve for Connor.
Yeah, definitely simplify the situation you're in. A bit of spin, not as much as he probably thought he was going to get.
Yeah, where's it gone all of a sudden? Senior won't get as much, will he, out of this fluffy stuff?
No, he won't. This is going to have to pitch this probably about 10 foot short and let it release. Release, and there it is a little bit, and I tell you what, he's going to be happy as Larry.
Textbook stuff so far from Jack Senior, and a golden opportunity to get himself to 8 under. Lovely look to this hole with a little bit of water to the left.
Oh, he's leaked that one out right. These greens being nice, just held up lovely.
It's that little trick of the eye, isn't it, coming in over the water?
Yeah, definitely, Simon.
Stiggy with a gentle tap down the slope. He was hoping that would feed back, but it just straightened up on him, if anything.
Yeah, didn't have as much borrow in it as he kind of thought. But Connor, to extend his lead at the top. Ooh, slow down a little bit. Ooh, bit of work to be done.
Now, in the context of this round, this is big for Jack Senior. This puts him back in the mix. Get in. Well played.
I tell you what, the leaderboard's going to change for him now.
Yeah, that's a big move over the last couple of holes. And through the trickiest part of the course, he's found the shots.
Especially the other players are going to see the boards now and go, ooh, he's making his move.
Oh, well, long putt for birdie, short putt for par. And that's what this game can do to you. It's painful out there sometimes.
Yeah, that putt might come back to haunt him.
Well, you talked about the leaderboard, John. Let's take a look. And Sam Connor drops back to share the lead with Jack Senior. It really is like Piccadilly Circus at the moment in the Kerry London Championship. Lots of movement there. While Alex Belt just sits in the clubhouse, sipping tea and enjoying himself.
Well, 15, great par 4, as we say, very demanding off the tee. You know, got to put it in position. Obviously, hazard all the way down the left-hand side. Water coming into play if you go too long. But you come into this fantastic green. Very, very pretty. Must find the right part of this green because it is very, very large. Fantastic par 4. Very picturesque.
Yeah, do you like to see a little bit of feature, a little bit of character on a par 4? Do you like a testing drive?
Oh, definitely. I mean, drive for show, putt for dough. But when you drive for show, you better make sure it's in play, just like Jack's there. I mean, that's a cracker.
Splits the fairway as we head up to the green. Clark and Forgan just ahead of our final group. Well, he's done that very nicely today and very consistently. Manufacturing some great short stuff, Graham Clark.
Yeah, well, Stiggy needs to make something happen. Needs a nice little birdie to come his way. You see, some of these guys, like all of us, we've all got our strengths and weaknesses. You know, Tiger, you know, we'd say about his short game, but his driving is his poor point of his game. You know, you got things like Rory, you know, great driver of the ball, misses a few putts here and there now and again. You know, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. You know, it's just trying to filter them out nicely.
Morgan racing another putt. How many of you at home were thinking when John Morgan said that, oh, I wish I could drive as badly as Tiger? Yeah, Cornford, the man from Sussex, Sussex County player. At this beautiful 18th hole. This is a hole that we've enjoyed watching over the years here at Burhill. Thread it through the trees, try and find that pin position on the upper level.
Beauty.
Now, Forgan, here's a random one for you. I reckon Sam Forgan looks like the baddie from the original Ghost film.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cast your mind back to that.
I tell you what, I do.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Unchained Melody. You're going to start singing for us?
No, that's your job.
Okay.
Forgan will be disappointed with that. Just dropped away, hasn't he, during the course of this round, I'm afraid. Now coming over the corner of the water. Sounded like a clean strike. And that little bit of check tells you it is.
Yeah, that was a lovely strike. Stiggy needs something to happen. Whack this one in. Inside Jack. I'll definitely put a cat amongst the pigeons. Oh, a little bit lost of balance. Hanging on to it. Spin.
It's the second time he's nearly hit his playing partner's ball on this 15th. Now Cornford, this is a tough green.
Oh, this is unbelievable green. So many levels. I mean, if you get a 2 on this one, you give yourself a big pat on the back. Go ball. Even a par on this hole is, you'd take it all day long. I mean, to hit that back left tier, take some shot. A lot of courage, right club in your hand. And look at this scorecard. I mean, look at that. 5 birdies, 3 drop shots. Nice round of 70. I'm sure Luke is going to be pleased with his performance.
Yes, and the members will be loving the fact they can actually see the 18th green. We'll talk about that later. That was a victim to some of the heavy rain earlier this year. As Stiggy Rolls that one by. The problem he's got here is that his playing partner's going to have had a good look at that putt. And let's have a good look at the 16th.
I mean, lovely hole, as we can see, very, very pretty, lots of trouble, left and right. I mean, the green exceptionally slopes from back to front as well. You just don't want to miss this green, because if you miss this green, there's a lot of trouble and a very difficult shot is lying ahead of you.
Well, the new course here at Burhill, open for business for over a decade now. It's turning into a really special test for the pros. And year in, year out, it gives us a really good tournament. Sam Connor then, at the top of the leaderboard, solid shot from him. And this is the man that he's there with, but Jack Senior can steal a march with this one.
Get his nose in front of this baby, goes in. Oh, that was a beautiful putt. Great weight, I'm sure he thought he had that one.
Now, I was talking about seeing a longer putt with this particular stroke, John. Yeah, he's a bit more forceful, isn't he?
Yeah, he got that one past the hole. That was always getting past it. I like that kind of technique.
I can tell you.
Hodgson needs this one, really does. Needs to dig deep.
No. He really doesn't need that.
And there's his friends and family looking on. Just gutted to see this one kind of slip through his fingers again.
Well, he's rolled it in, but that's a bit of a stumble, I'm afraid, from Stiggy Hodgson. I can tell you that Jack Senior tapped him for his par to stay at 8 under, and you would say it's a two-horse race right now between Sam Connor and Jack Senior, if it wasn't for the fact Alex Belt was in the clubhouse at 7 under. More from the Kerry London Championship after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Burhill in Surrey in the final round of the Kerry London Championship. Now then, we've seen the 16th from the air. John Morgan's going to have a look at it from the ground.
Well, here we are at the Teasery 16th. Absolute diamond par 4. You got these two monster trees right here. If you want to go for the green, you got to carry these babies all the way to get there. If not, this is your landing zone. 250 yards off the tee to this very point. Obviously, only leaves you probably about 100, 105 yards to the middle of this green. And the green is very damp, like we say. The weather's been very wet. So anyway, this green is acceptable to good iron play. Now, lots of trouble as well off the tee. You've got water down the right, plus out of bounds as well. Thick rough, left and right, all the way down there. And some lovely, lovely bunkers. Now anyway, let's give it a shot. Obviously, this baby is going to spin. Now, just past the flag and rip it back. Oh, Bob's your uncle. And I'll tell you what, these lads got to deal with these spinny greens.
So, Graham Clark at 16, really good finish here at Burhill, and it's produced some great finishes at tournaments in recent years. Colgate at 17, 17-18. It's a lovely pairing, isn't it?
It is. I mean, Jack got off to a lovely start. Unfortunately, has just wavered in the midsection and just found himself falling back out of contention. Hopefully, going to just surprise us. One last kind of flourish.
Now on to the fantastic 18th, and full credit to the ground staff here at Burhill. They've had a tough job after the winter rain to get it back into such beautiful condition.
I agree, Simon. It is a credit to them. I mean, what a shot by Payne there on the last hole. Doesn't get much better than that. Stroke wide, the crowd are going absolutely nuts.
Well, they love that.
And look at this as well. I mean, this thick rough really gives you great definition to the golf course. I mean, I really do love it. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It is awesome for the guys, all their eyes and stuff like that, you know, visualization and stroke. You get bad shots if you go in it.
Yeah, Sam Forgan falling victim. Well, this is where Colgate got it back to, and I'm afraid the wheels have come off.
Yeah, it's been Unfortunate for Jack, just very poor coming back in. Not his usual self.
You a little surprised we haven't seen the score move into double figures under the card today?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the hardly any breeze out there, really. I mean, I thought definitely 11 or 12, but really and honestly, it was going to be down to Jack Senior to do it, because he obviously had his lead and in a rich vein of form.
Well on to Graham Clark, moves it to 5 under.
And he's finally holed one, Graham.
Forgan in all sorts of bother alongside his playing partner. Knocks it in, but scant consolation, I'm afraid, for young Sam.
He obviously went with the big dog off the tee, pulled it left into the big long hay. And like I say, it's not easy out of that stuff, but this is for an amazing two if he can get it.
Go on.
Oh, that is class. Yes, you tip your hat, my friend. And here's a lovely swing, very aggressive down and through the ball. And look at the card, 4 birdies, 2 bogeys. I tell you what, nice 70. I mean, that 2 on the last could pay him massively come the end of the season. You just never know.
Yeah, keep your eye on Greg Payne as this year moves on. Now to 17. Sam Connor, 8 under. Do like the way he's played his golf today. I think he would ideally like to pick up a couple of shots as protection, but it's not going to be easy on these closing 2.
17's playing probably about the 4th or 5th hardest on the golf course. Not an easy hole. But here we go at 16. Stiggy with his second shot. Oh, and that is an absolute perler. Fantastic golf shot from Stiggy.
Yeah, that might just get things back on track for Stiggy Hodgson.
Now hold your nerve. Pins on the right. Sounded good. Might be a bit left though. Looks long and left.
Oh no.
I tell you what, he might have got away with that. That looks like that stopped so close from going into the real thick stuff. I mean, if it has, and he's got away with murder there.
Yeah, we will see. Jack Senior then for birdie. Wow, and I think that could be another impact moment at this tournament, especially with the shot we've just seen from Sam Connor.
That is a massive, crucial moment.
Still got 17 and 18 to negotiate, though.
Has he just missed the hay, or is he just in it? Can't quite see it from here. He seemed like he had a lovely lie. He's not done too bad at all. Good chance for a par.
Yeah, he needs it as well after that putt from Senior. Now Stiggy for birdie. There you go, rolls it in, moves back to 6 under, but this is not quite how he had planned this final round, I'm afraid. Got off to a good start, courtesy of some errors from his playing partner, Senior, but since then just hasn't maintained the discipline.
This tee box has been pushed way back. There's a fantastic now par 4, very demanding. Loads of trouble down the right-hand side, and extremely heavy, thick rough on the left. Good tee shot required. Now, obviously, the amazing 18th. Can you get your club right? It's all about the right club for that back left plateau. Ooh, and now that has left him a 40, 50 footer. Well, close your eyes and hope for the best.
Connor, another important putt for him. Well done.
That's
well
awesome
done.
Up and down, that is.
Yeah, he won't be aware of what's just happened to Jack Senior, but we know exactly what's happening from hole to hole, and that's a fantastic putt. Forgan alongside Clark with his shot at 17. Tee shot needs to be accurate, needs to be long.
Look good. That's
take that.
Monster hit.
Take that, goodness me.
That is huge. He's going in there with a wedge in his hand.
I wonder if there's a little bit of frustration and anger in that tee shot.
Well, no doubt, no doubt.
Well done, Sam. Now back to this terrifying putt up this first level, and well, from there, John, that's not bad.
No, that was a great putt. I mean, he give that a right clatter up that hill there. I mean, that was a good putt. Very, very good putt. Now, Graham.
Look how far down the fairway Forgan is.
He's a beast there, my friend. I tell you what, I tell you what, that's all about the clubbing. He's probably pin eye that flag. That bunker's just shy of the flag, and he's got the clubbing spot on, so he's just carried that bunker. That's good course management, even though it was a poor shot.
Par for a rather disconsolate-looking Jack Colgate. And a sporting round of applause from the crowd, but that's the card for the young Englishman.
Yeah, I mean, gets off to a flyer. You're thinking, right, this could be Jack's day, but unfortunately, a few birdies come along and that horrible little double on 17.
Now let's see if Forgan can reap the rewards of a phenomenal tee shot.
Yeah, coming into this flag with virtually nothing. Straight away you can see the backspin, very lofted club in his hand, and didn't take advantage after such a great drive.
No, body language tells the story, I'm afraid. Back to the 17th tee.
Well, this man can send it out there, but he's got the iron in his hand. Safety play. He knows what's ahead of him. Very sensible choice.
Yeah, and I think with a win in the bag already this season, I just think it changes your mindset. I think he's in good position now. Now, this is a massive, massive shot for this young man. Sam Connor at 18.
Oh, yeah.
He's
come out of it. He's come out of it.
No.
And I tell you what, that's left him a hard putt again. I mean, there's a nice little rise going up to that hole from his angle. I mean, perfect club as well. If that was on line, my goodness, the crowd would have gone nuts.
2 to play then for our final group. Stiggy Hodgson and Jack Senior at 17. Hodgson's challenge has faded quite dramatically.
Oh, and he's dissected the fairway. Hold on, though. Ooh.
It's intriguingly poised. Senior leads at 9 under, but Connor hot on his heels at 8 under. The conclusion to the Kerry London Championship after the break. Well, welcome back to Burhill and the closing stages of the Kerry London Championship. It really is set up for a big, big finish. Will it be Senior? Will it be Connor? And how will Senior do at 17, John?
Well, 17 is all about the tee shot. As we've seen, Jack has taken the iron out, come up short of that bunker on the left-hand side, leaving himself a long shot in. But obviously, we've seen Forgan take on that corner, catch the downslope, really running it up. But the green is dangerous. Lots of slopes. Got to make sure you hit this baby. Lots of trouble wrapped around it as well.
Yeah, it's a great finishing contest here. 17 and 18. Clark made his way up to the green. As you said, good club selection in terms of course management to get to where he is. And for the first time today, he's come up short with one of those little bump and runs.
I won't be too happy with that one, but I fancy his chances.
Now, this is, well, you'd have to say, probably one of the putts of Sam Connor's career.
Yeah, this could make or break him. Come on, he's giving it some beans. Go on.
Oh.
And I tell you what, that's
terrific.
an extremely good putt under very big pressure.
Good lad.
And I tell you what, he's asked the question of Mr. Senior.
He has, hasn't he? If he can get in with that 8 under, then Jack Senior's going to have to finish strong. Now, Forgan for birdie. Just hasn't quite happened for this young man today.
I tell you what, is he giving it some? No, and after a glorious drive, poor second, good putt. Unfortunately, just a bit shy.
Well, he's not the only golfer that will be thinking what could have been today. However, Sam Connor has taken his chances. Just needs to roll this one in for the clubhouse lead, and there you go. Take a bow, Sam Connor. Brilliant round of golf.
Yeah, congratulations, my friend. Very good indeed. I mean, and look at this round. Solid as a rock. One tiny little blemish. Can't hold that against him. 4 birdies. Not a lot wrong. He missed a few little short putts out there, but I tell you what, 69. What a lovely score.
And finally, someone has got past Alex Belt in the clubhouse, who's still in second position on 7 under. Oh, Graham.
Another lipped out putt. Yeah, I think Alex Belt will be coming back off the driving range after his warm-up, thinking so close but yet so far. But here we go, 18, as we know, is an amazing par 3. Grandstand finish. Obviously, clubhouse is absolutely gorgeous, but it's all about the tee shot. And then this green, honestly, if you put it in the right place, lovely jubbly. But if you don't, my goodness, you're asking for trouble. I mean, probably in the region of about a 5-iron, 4-iron for some of these lads. These tall trees on the right-hand side do come into play if that pin is tucked on the right-hand side. But today on the left, don't miss it left, because you leave yourself with a treacherous chip.
Yes, got asked to film a pro-am many years ago at this 18th, and it was carnage amongst the amateurs.
Oh, and that's left. It looks like he's hung on to that one.
Ooh, well, sneaks onto the edge, but that's a horrible position to be in.
I tell you, if he had the right club and that was pin high, still on that left-hand side, it's a tricky chip. I think he's got plenty of green to work with, though. Here comes Graham. Oh, he's hanging on. I think that could be left of the stick as well. And it's right where I said you don't want to be. You're going to see an extremely fast chip.
Two fascinating shots to come, yeah.
Well, this is going to test his touch. This would be great to watch.
Clarkey, second at Burhill in 2011, tied 4th back in 2009. So he's another man that's played well at this course, and he's a man that's currently playing well.
Well, you could see he's got the ball middle of his stance, probably in the region of a 6 or 5-iron, trying to keep it safe. And I tell you what, he's played an absolute beauty. Take that all day long, Jack.
Well, he'd be the pick at the
4-iron.
moment.
There it is, 4-iron. My goodness. Shows you that is a great shot from back there. It's probably 210 yards. It's flown it all the way.
And from one extreme to the other, the finesse at 18 needed that to hit the stick.
His finesse has left him on the very last chip. Tricky putt coming back for Forgan. Nice Stiggy, great drive, good position. Doesn't like it, it's come out hot. He's going to have to slow down. There's nothing wrong with that one.
Yeah, I just think a little bit of frustration from the round in general, John, I think, not just about that shot.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Simon.
Yeah, how does Graham Clark control this one?
I need a touch of a genius here. This will test him out.
Go on.
Slow down, ball. Slow down. Slow down.
He just hangs on.
And you can tell the applause is for his touch. Because an extra 2 feet and that would have rolled, caught the slope and gone 20, 30 feet away. Now, yeah. Jack, this could seal it. Good roll, great pace.
Yeah, not quite. He'll take a single shot lead into the final hole. Now, come on, Sam, head up. Knock this one in and move on.
Look at the swing on this. And he still didn't aim it far enough right.
That's a terrifying putt.
Well, lack of pace. Not good enough.
So what's happened to Stiggy today? He just never got that start, did he, that he so desperately needed?
Well, he did in a way, but then it seemed to go flat for him straight away, you know, probably from about 13 to here. Just, unfortunately, just something wasn't clicking right for him. I mean, he's a great player, and we'll see him way up there many more times.
So Jack just to knock this one in. There we go. And the job is one hole away from being done. Jack Senior heading for a second EuroPro Tour win this season.
Graham for a lovely par, if he can get it. Oh, it caught the lip and went in this time. Now Graham's card, unfortunately, you can see it. The bogeys are outweighing the birdies on this one. Obviously, just the wrong side in the blue on 73.
Very despondent finish here for Sam Forgan. So rolls it in But I'm afraid the 18th claims another victim. And a smile of almost resignation there from Forgan after this scorecard.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I don't want to say it, but comedy of errors for this man. Really is. I mean, blue galore all over the shop. Yeah, definitely a round to forget.
What a great name for a band, Blue Galore. Right then, back to business. Jack Senior. Oh, that's a confident strike, isn't it?
It is, but it's hanging left.
Oh, what a shot in the end. Goodness me, he's hung on to that shot by the seat of his pants.
As they say, ever in doubt, give it a clout. And I tell you what, that was a beauty. Well done, Jack.
Yeah, not the first time it's worked for him today as well. That hole, give it a clout.
This shows you how long this hole's playing. Here we go, hybrid on our hands for Stiggy. And that, oh dear, could be in serious problems.
It's gone.
I hope for his sake it's okay.
And here's the man of the moment. Not the best start to his round, but my goodness me, Jack Senior has pulled it back together. Now then.
There's a bit of GUR. He's getting a free drop, obviously plugged in there because we didn't see it bounce. But this 18th hole has had some crazy things happen over the winter time. They had the water levels come up virtually onto the green. Unbelievable what they've done to this course. Now, tricky chip. Needs a touch. Oh, release.
I didn't go for him.
Well, he played it unbelievably good then. I bet he's surprised he's kept that short.
What a fantastic gallery here at Burhill to watch this, but I'm afraid for Stiggy Hodgson, it has not been his day. And that bit of shenanigans at the 18th, just delaying the inevitable. Jack Senior now on the verge of another big win.
Connor's looking on for the final putt to see what's going to happen. Oh, there's a bit of work left to be done. A little knee trembler left.
How's your nerves, young Jack?
Well, he's downhill, left to right putt. Pretty much the putt you do not want to leave yourself.
Look at Sam Connor. He can't watch. Is there more meat on the bone at the Kerry London Championship?
Stiggy, great up and down.
Good finish. Good finish from Stiggy Hodgson. And that's the way to do it, but it just wasn't his day.
Yeah, wasn't meant to be. 74 for Stiggy. I tell you what, there's many good rounds coming his way soon.
Well, this putt now will look massive to Jack Senior. This for the Kerry London Championship trophy. He's done it. He holds his nerve, punches the air. Sam Connor is beaten. Great effort from him, but it's Jack Senior that claims the Kerry London Championship, and with it claims his second title of the season. Fantastic performance.
Amazing. Grabbed, you know, took the ball by the horns, really dominated that back nine. I mean, look at that. Fantastic. What a turnaround. 71, 9 under, very much deserved. Great win for Jack.
Yeah, Jack Senior pulled it back together just when he needed it to win this title with a score of 9 under, just beating Sam Connor by a single shot. And Alex Bell, fantastic work earlier today for 6 under, gets himself into the clubhouse in 3rd position. Right then, time for the presentation, and it'll be Joe Callagher of Kerry London to present the trophy. And with trophy in hand, time to hear from the winner.
Jack, this is your second win on the tour so far. What do you make of how you played overall this week?
I played great the first 2 days. Struck the ball lovely, hold some really good putts. Then today was different. Came out of the tracks really poorly, do you know what I mean? Started the front 9 very poorly, hit some really poor tee shots. Got on the 10th tee and had to change my game plan. Thought I've got to go out and attack now. I was 2 behind at that point. And just played great the back 9, found some confidence again and started holding putts again.
And what was the game plan to change when you said I need to attack? What exactly was going through your mind?
Well, I've not been hitting drive off the par 5s. Hit drive off both par 5s on the back 9 and route the rewards. I made eagle on 11 and then went on to birdie the other par 5 as well, so that really was a good game plan.
The course looks in beautiful condition. What's it like to play?
I mean, it's been brilliant, do you know what I mean? That rain at the start of the week's helped the golf course, you know what I mean? It took the bounce out of the golf course. It's playing really soft and very good.
Okay, super, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, a second win for Jack Senior makes a big difference on the order of merit as he wrestles top spot away from last week's winner, William Harold. And it's a big jump down to the group of players with $5,000 in the bank. Things looking good then for a top 5 finish for Senior and Harold come the end of the season. And what a season it is as the EuroPro Tour heads to some fantastic courses in England, Scotland and Ireland. Next week, we head back to the Midlands for the FSC Invitational at the Asprey. For now, though, thanks for your company this week, and from me, Simon Golding, and my co-commentator, John Morgan, it's goodbye.